Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of Winning Ways. Jimbo Goodman's gone off to Cape Town early to get sorted out for the sales, and KB Shea's in the studio. Kev, thanks very much for coming in.
Pleasure. Super sub.
Super sub. You're coming off the bench. And Kev, let's talk. We always talk sport, Jim and I, to start. And you're a Man United man. You've got a tattoo on your backside of the team. Kev, your team have come well.
Yeah, they've come well. I must say they're playing a complete different game of football they used to play, and it's a pleasure to watch. And we've got one or two tough games. We had a tough game with Spurs. We got away with that. De Gea at his best again, brilliant. But I mean, that's what he gets £300,000 a week for, to do those kind of things. But we're scraping through with our games. We've got
pushing for top four.
Yeah, top four. It's in sight now, and we're just hoping for a couple of glitches at the top.
Kev, the top sides apart from Chelsea got through. Arsenal played very well and beat them. Liverpool, where do they concede 3 at home? You know, they won 4-3. Just when you're on top, every game becomes a lot of pressure. Have you noticed? You've seen it every year.
No, it is. Probably Man City. You speak to the managers, and that it's something that's in their heads. You can't take it out of your heads. And we've got 15 games left, so there's 45 points up for grabs.
Yeah, you've got to go for it.
You've got to go. You can't lose a game left. Because if you lose a game now, all of a sudden City's they're on your heels already.
Yeah.
You lose and they win. There's a point in it, and then there's pressure.
They've got a good lead, and they're a very good side.
Playing very well.
Man City are a very good side too, but they also they struggled, and they're going to drop points. Spurs have got injuries. They scraped home last night to give them another away win. But it's looking good. I think that the league is the top 2, in my opinion.
At the moment, it looks like it, and this is going to be
a stretch to get Spurs in the scrum. But the top 4 is interesting.
Top 4 is interesting for Champions League. And own goals. I think there was 7 or 8 this weekend.
Well, Spurs didn't get one. No, Llorente.
I think
Llorente stuck one.
I think Chelsea scored all 3 in their game.
But it's interesting. Great league, Kev.
Great. Listen, Lef, this is what we want. Those runaway sides. This
like
time
last year was runaway. Yeah.
Runaway. Year before United, there used to be runaways. And now it's nice. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
And
I look forward to every game.
And the bottom 2. Those guys are fighting for their lives.
They're fighting for their lives. I think Huddersfield and Fulham got it all to do.
Fulham, I think, in trouble now after yesterday. You know, they really.
They've got a lovely run.
Have you seen their running? They got United. Arsenal, City.
Yeah,
they got.
But as you say, it's great to watch now, Kev.
Great, I love it. I sit and watch Saturdays and Sundays, and even Monday nights as well when they have that late game.
Right, let's go and have a look at our 3 to follow. Right, looking at our 3 to follow, and Jimbo always picks him for us. Jimbo does a good job, and as I say, he's gone gallivanting with Secretariat. The first one he found was a horse called Mill Queen. It ran on the 15th of January at Turfentine. And let's go out and have a look at this horse's run, the first one.
Watch him come out the gates, Lef. He walks out the gates.
Yeah, that's right. This one wasn't too bad. It was the second one.
Yeah, he comes out a bit sluggish. He's a Quarari, isn't he?
She is a Quarari filly. The horse in white in the middle, Kev, is the unbeaten Basardi Faith, who was 11 to 14 favourite, and this is going for 2 for 2. But Mill Queen and What You Are the 2 on the outside. They got a good race, eh?
Good race, Lef. Nice filly. You can see her. Nice action. Showed nice early pace, which is a good sign. I'm definitely looking at this. This run definitely looks like she wants a little bit further, but Kamalo, he knows what he has to chase. 1 from 1 at the moment, and going for 2 from 2 is the filly in front. But you can see now he gives her 2 quick backhanders.
She seems to change leads,
yeah. 1, 2, he's onto her. She's just not quickening. He's into her. He's giving her a hard ride. Changed his stick here now. Definitely got the measure of the third horse, but you can see now the favourite and the winner won well, with a bit of an improvement, and I think a little bit further. Definitely.
Yeah, it's called Mill Queen. It's bred by Dick to be stud, and it was an impressive debut against an unbeaten horse.
Against winners, very good.
Yeah, and then we're going to move on down to Cape Town. We found 2 for you in Cape Town, and both of them are owned by the Platner team, or owned by Mrs. Platner from her La Plaisance setup. And the first one we found is a maiden fillies. And Kev, this was, I think, a very smart run by a horse called Round the Horn. Now, this is the one who gets completely out of the race early.
Yeah, have a watch this. Have a look at this one now.
Yeah, this filly. Here's Round the Horn. There it is there. Now, this is the one that Kevin alluded to earlier, coming out slowly. And as they jump now, you see it's got no idea what's going on. And it's completely out of the race. The race is on. Fluttering is off very quickly. You'll see that in the orange silks with the white face. Bitter Lemon, they're up there. But the horse we found, Kev, is in Sabine Platinum's colour. Would it be third last now?
It's third last, getting chased along left. A good sign too when they come out slow like that. Not a good sign, but you know there's always going to be improvement.
Yeah.
You can guaranteed next time it's going to jump on turn. Out the picture at the moment.
Yeah.
It's a Kenilworth 6, which is it's not easy. There we come into the picture now.
She's running on.
Yeah, she's coming into the race. In the clear, he's done the right thing. Get her in the clear. You can see she was completely lost. There she is there now. Also too, changing her legs a little bit. I think it's Aldo Nemea.
Yes.
He gets into, he's going to beat her up, but he just wants to get her racing.
Doesn't look big, this filly.
Doesn't look big, left all over the show. She's running back in behind them again. But
Kev, just looks like Fluttering's home, eh?
Look,
and
absolutely.
it gets beaten by Archon Princess, but the horse we found, they say, is running on strongly as well.
Watch on. Comes on for fourth now. At the moment now, you're not even going to run in the first 7. Boom, on top of them.
Yeah.
Fourth, also another one, jumps on terms. Even a 6 furlong at Kenilworth you can get away with, but we'd love to see her go around the turn as well. Even in a 7 or a mile. Jumps on turn, give her a little bit of a chance, and she gives that kick at the death.
Yeah.
Definitely one to follow.
Definitely. Thanks, Kev. Now then, the next one, there were some unraced horses around in Cape Town, and the horse we found is from the same team, and this is a horse called Procrastination. Now, Procrastination gets beaten by another unraced horse, a Fox Wedge from the Crawford stable. And have a look at this. You've got the same silks to follow. Here is Procrastination. Kev, now this horse Procrastination is an oratorio out of a Silvano mare. And jumps well enough, but off very quickly is your winner, Run Fox Run, which is Arthur Marcus. And the Captain's Legacy really puts on the speed now. And this horse, Kev, it drops out of the race.
Yeah, 5 furlongs left. It definitely looks also another one that wants a bit further. Look at him. Run it off completely off its feet.
Yeah.
You can see Arthur Marcus, he's sitting up third there. He goes quite early, Arthur. I think this is quite a smart filly, this.
Yeah, there's
the
some
winner.
smart fillies here, yeah.
And he's riding for his sponsors. Arthur Marcus, and you can see now Procrastination comes on the outside. Another one looking a bit lost. Give it a clear run. Here we go now.
Yeah.
Procrastination, lovely action. Definitely the 5 furlongs too short for it.
Yeah.
Arthur Marcus has got them stone cold. I don't even think he goes for his stick, Arthur, but this runs on very well. Look at this.
Very smart Fox Wedge filly, but the filly chasing at home is one to follow, is the Oratorio filly.
Procrastination, I'd like to have my maximum on it next time left. It just looks that's the
Kev, what is your maximum?
200 rand.
Lovely, okay. Well,
So
I like a man.
I'll have my 200 rand on, or 200 pounds if I'm talking.
So you like to have a little wage, because I've seen you and Warren do
Yeah,
your
we have
show.
a little
and
wage, you have to.
You get excited. Warren doesn't get excited.
No, he gets very depressed because he loses all the time. Not all the time, he has his win, but
All right, as we've been telling you over the past few weeks, we're going to go into our new segment in a moment called Where Are They Now? Let's go on to that.
Hi everybody, this is Ron Phillips. We left South Africa back in 2009 to come and live in Ireland, where we've been ever since. I haven't been involved with the horses. I've been doing a bit of handyman work here and there and enjoying it. Good luck to everybody back home. Cheers.
Right, there we go, Kevin. Now that's wonderful. That's the first of our Where Are They Now? They want to try and get them in a landscape profile to have a look at it. But that's Ron Phillips. You remember Ron? You rode with Ron for years.
Yeah, he looks much better after the stroke, eh?
Yes, he's done well. Yeah,
He's living in Ireland for his sins.
He's been out there. I meet up with him and his family if I go watch Springboks play in Ireland. And he comes over to England.
He loves his rugby.
Loves his rugby. He still supports the boys.
Yeah.
And that's Where Are They On now. Now we're going to in the current affairs. I'll talk to you more about that, because you'll have a lot of international friends who used to race here. But great to see Ron.
Lovely. I haven't seen Ron. I've seen a picture of him. I speak to him a little bit on social media. But
yeah.
Married to
Tracy, what's it?
Tracy was Ricky Kleinsmith, late Ricky Kleinsmith's sister.
That's right.
Lovely lady.
Lovely lady. They've got two beautiful kids. The daughter's got degrees and everything already, and the son's
very bright.
Very bright, the daughter. So well done to them. And that's Ron Phillips. That's our new segment, Where Are They Now? And each week we'll be featuring people who are involved in this industry in some way or another. Okay, the next we're going to come up with is Plum of the Week.
Outside is Secret Success and Lunar Tide. Getting to the 300, Pacini leads it. Caddy Master Mashari, Lunar Tide's on the outside. Down the inside of that one is King Story. Pacini, Mashari's down the inside. Caddy Master, Lunar Tide. But now Mashari takes it up. On the outside, Pacini, King Story on the inside. But Mashari's going on, and Mashari will win it. That second position, Pacini, Royce Taxi, and then Epic Sword.
There we go, and as we say, get on to Interbet. That was our plum of the week. Kevin Mashari looked very hard to oppose, and Kev, there was 15 to 10 it opened, 18 to 10 available, and as you said earlier, they start accumulating with Marcus as winners, and it officially 3 to 4, but even money available in Interbet just for the death.
Yeah, absolutely, Lef. I think they were hoping they would get beat, but Anton very positive, put it in the box seat. He even said
looked hard to beat.
Looked very hard to beat. He's an animal. When you look at him in the parade ring, he's a proper looker too. And I tried to. He always tried to look to find something to beat them. And when they went to the post, he looked the right also. When Anton was so positive like that in the box seat, pulled it out. He was looking to come out. He actually had to go in and won with a lot in hand. I don't know what his rating is now too. They would have bumped it up maybe 7.
But the people who read the ratings, they would have gone with this. This was a plum.
Yeah, he was a plum of the week, and at that price, very good.
Yeah, well done. You can get on to Interbet, and really these are where you get those extended odds. Get on, open up your Interbet account, and we'll be moving on now to current affairs.
Whenever anyone asks me for a shrewd tip, my first response is always to tell them, open an Interbet account. That's the biggest certainty that I can give any punter with total confidence. Not only is it a good business, but it is interactive, exciting, and great entertainment as well. My name is Snowy Brown. I'm a sports fanatic, and I'm all about sports betting because of the unpredictability, the enjoyment of the team being the underdog and finishing first, or a team scoring the winning goal in the last seconds of a match to be the victors. The beauty about this is that if I'm betting on the soccer, I can use in-play betting, which allows me to bet across multiple areas of the game. Knowing I have full control of my betting spread and where my money goes gives me satisfaction that Interbet has given me the power to control my bets. In my opinion, Interbet were the pioneers of online and Mobi betting in South Africa and will continue to lead the way. Interbet, where the professionals bet.
Right, welcome back, and we're talking about current affairs and no stakes racing around the country. As you say, we're building up to obviously the Met, the Sun Met, which is going to be another great race. And Kev, we'll talk about that in your call. We'll get that covered there. But let's talk about current affairs. And the first thing I want to talk about this Saturday as well, they've got the Pegasus Invitational to be run at Gulfstream Park. Now, Kev, 12 horses for $9 million.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing, Lef. I watched how they introduced it. It was a buy-in race.
Yes, correct.
You had to buy $1 million or something.
That's
buy a berth, and then
you can race.
And you can race, and it was such a hit, and it's taken off hugely. They've put the stake up even more now. I think it was 5 or 6 million now, as you say, 9 million, 12 runners.
1,800 on the dirt.
9 furlongs, yeah, on the dirt, and there's no love lost there.
Yeah.
Those guys jump out and they fly.
I think we might even have a sting of this, the Pegasus World Cup, to show people. And I think Mkuna will put up that sting for us, and we'll have a look at what we're talking about. We're talking about serious money. Now, Kevin, you're racing for over 100 million rand. Wouldn't you love to be in a race like that?
Yeah, Lef, it just be unbelievable. And they get proper runners, Lef. You don't just get... they just don't just throw anything in there.
Because it costs you to get in.
Well, you've got to pay to get in.
Yeah.
So the guys are looking for something to get back, at least get their stake back.
Yeah.
But to win it...
You're out of it.
You're out of it, Leffy. And a proper horse. And then all of a sudden, if he's a colt, he's worth a couple of pounds at stud.
Kevin, and you've been over and raced in international features. You've been in America. I saw you run second in the Breeders' Cup. You travelled to a few jurisdictions in America. What's it like?
Yeah, it's lovely. America racing is it's loved by the crowds. I've done the Arlington Million as well. So
is that great?
In Chicago. That's also unbelievable. Left, one man owns the track.
Yes.
He owns the track, and you get invited to his place, and he lets you know everything. It's unbelievable how one man runs the show. It's like you owning Greyville Racecourse.
Yeah.
And you must make sure you get the stakes and get your betting machines and your slot machines inside the track as well, because they allowed that as well. That helps them with the revenue for them as well. It's a big organisation, and it's a big thing. And
Kev, just talking, you're coming out, you probably got a name like Michael Roberts had when he travelled internationally, and our leading riders. When you went there to Chicago, you walk into the jockey room, what the luck?
No, great. I knew a lot of the guys from Dubai and travelling around Europe as well. So you know a lot of the guys are very welcome. You come here, Kevin, this is a guy, this is going to be your valet for the day. This is where your box is, where you sit. There's where the TV is, you can help yourself something to eat, drink, tea. There's
very organised?
Organised, Left. They are. You know that when they race Left, they race for 3 months every day.
Yeah, the meat. They call it the meat.
The meat.
Yeah.
They race every day. So those guys, they settle in. Their stuff just stays at that track. And that's their place for 3 months.
Gee, so imagine you're riding this. I think we got the sting. I'd like to have a look at the sting of this, the Pegasus, because... this
would have been last year,
Yeah, all advertising this. Here we go. Well, Kev, it's fantastic. The flying horse, they've got the Pegasus there, and
doesn't that get your
gets your blood going,
get your heart going?
You want to be there. Especially you being a jockey. And
surprised Phil hasn't put something together for something like that, because I know things are a bit tight this time of the year.
Yeah, and the interest is it clashes with the Met.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you don't even want to.
Kept talking about big things in Cape Town. A lot of people are making their way to Cape Town. We've got the massive CTS sale coming. It's a major sale for them. And international visitors love this time of the year in Cape Town. I've got friends coming in from all over. Michael Aboud's flown in, Charlie Pegram, Chris Hurst, John Kilbride. Clients of mine have come in to take part in this sale. And
Left champions have come out of the sale.
Oh yeah, you know the pedigrees are there. Kev.
$5 million rand horses have been sold at the sale.
Yeah,
I remember Mark Bass.
Yes,
he bought
a very good horse. I think for Live Life or something like that. I think Charles was an expensive horse.
Another one, yeah.
And he's a fair horse.
So you get big classes and you get value for money, and the champion is there.
You're right. It's a one-day sale now. It starts on Wednesday. For those who want to get down there, it's Wednesday. And it's down at the RCC.
Yeah, it's indoors.
Yes, it's indoor sale. And there's the top vendors are there putting horses out, Kevin. Then you're going to get the Silver Honours, the Dynasties.
Oh, no,
I think it might be the last crop of Captain L's.
Well, I would say just about,
yeah.
Because
right.
I would say it's his last throw over the dice. Unfortunately, because he's been a stallion of note, and he was a racehorse of note as well.
Absolutely. So that's very interesting. So if you can get down there, it's a superb sale, and it's on Wednesday in Cape Town. Kev, what I always like to talk to you about is this time of the year when we talk about the update on jockeys.
Yeah, Laf,
we've had a lot of them been injured and a lot have come back and ridden. What's the latest on some of the major players?
I was on the phone this weekend, just finding out. I'll keep the best one for last. I'll first start off with...
what does mean?
I'm trying to see which one is which jock we're going to do. Ivan Hoevelen, the guy who won the $500,000 race.
Yeah, Van Hoevelen.
He tore the ligaments in the back of his knee.
Shame, eh?
Yeah, unfortunately, a little fall and tweaked those ligaments in the back of his knee. According to the doctors and to Tex, who I get the information from, he said another month to 6 weeks, he should be back riding work again and get him back into the run of things.
Okay,
guys don't want to go off this
people
time.
Don't know where they are.
They disappear.
Unless you're in the lights, you're at the top rider. People don't really get to hear about it. That's good news, Kev.
Good news. So he's back. Washon mowing, he broke the tibia.
Did he? Eh?
So that tibia is the bone directly behind your shin bone.
Okay.
So you've got your tibia and fibia in your body.
Yes.
Your shin bone is the fibia. He broke the tibia, and they're hoping another 2 months he'll be back riding again.
He had back problems, didn't he?
And he's had battling with his back for a long time. Ian Sturgeon, you've got to hear this story.
I've forgotten about Fish.
Everybody's fortunate. He had a hip replacement.
You know how else
like his first wife had rejected him.
Same thing.
He had to go to have another one. He's had 2 hips put in his...
And one wife rejected him. But Kev, talking about hip replacement, didn't Stu Randolph have
Stu didn't have a replacement. I think he had a
he borrowed someone else's.
Borrowed somebody else's. They stuck screws and that to keep that thing. But I mean...
Look at him. He's bounced back.
He's bounced back, yeah. He walks into the training a little bit like Carl Nisius. But you get used to the walk.
We laugh at taking, but these men put their lives on the line.
Yeah,
Kev, so the latest on Fish?
So he had another hip replacement because the first one rejected him. So he's hoping to return when... There's no official date. You've got to hope that this one stays in place.
So it's a matter of time.
A matter of time. And you must know that Fish is not the biggest guy in the world. He must have gone for the extra small hip. He was a small, skinny guy.
Like a shoe fitting.
Yeah, like a shoe fitting, and shame. And I mean, I've never heard of a hip being rejected. Your body rejected it, so they put another one.
So he had a hip hop.
He had a hip hop and he had a double. To go back for the same pain. I know. If they told me I must go back for another.
Is he going to call Nisius Stuart Randolph walk?
I don't know. I haven't seen him yet, but we'll have a look. We'll wait for him. Gunter will be back.
Yeah, Gunter. What's the latest thing?
He was just about to come back, Laf, and he started suffering this vertigo. But if you saw the fall, how hard he hit his head, I'm surprised he still hasn't got vertigo.
Yeah.
So.
Kev,
but he's back. He's going to be back soon. But you have to get over all these things.
Kev, just talking about Gunter. Gunter was a rider who was going along, and suddenly he got after the big ones. He won the daily.
On fire.
On fire. He rode a horse for me. Come on, you Spurs. He rode Coys Me. It was a brilliant rider. No, he was riding the top, and you get a fall. Eh?
One fall like that left, and I think he must be out 4, 5, 6 months. He's
longer, Kevin. He had just won the Daily News.
Yeah. That's all we got. Let's have a look. Calvin Jupp.
Sure, where is Calvin?
He's had reconstruction of the ligaments in his foot.
Wow.
And he has been boarded by the doctors.
So his foot's too gone?
He's too gone. He's waiting for the insurances and whatever happens to it. I see quite a bit of Calvin. He walks like Carl Nisius.
Is he a Carl Nisius walker?
And his ankle is permanently like this.
Like that, yeah.
And it's a shame.
Yeah, another good rider too.
Not nice at all.
These guys we're naming are good riders. And Kev, the one I want to ask you about is Anthony.
Delpesh. I spoke to Anthony. Anthony is, if anybody's more positive in life as Anthony and Candice and his family. And he's going for his official x-rays on his spine in March. His neck is 100% healed. He's had a fusion in his neck.
Fantastic.
He's doing oxygenate.
Oxygenation.
So it's like the hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah.
You get in there and you just breathe pure oxygen, and that's supposed to speed up the healing in that. His neck is good. He's got very bad nerve pains in his legs and arms, which he's had.
Is he still getting tingling in that?
Still getting it. Still getting it. This is why he's doing it. He's doing a lot of gym. He's doing a lot of physio. He's doing the oxygenate. He's doing everything. His son Damon, you know, is in Kentucky working in the big farm like that, and his daughter's in grade 5. But the good news out there for the Anthony Delpesh supporters is he's going to be riding work in the next week to 10 days. To get
Anthony?
Yes.
That is fantastic.
He's getting back onto the horses.
So he's going to get back on horses, but in March is the final call.
March is where he goes for his x-ray to see how that spinal cord, if it's healed.
So he must be feeling good.
He says he's feeling so much better than that. He's just battling with the pins and needles and that, which you will do. But he's going to get out there. He's going to go and ride work. He's been doing a lot of gym. You know, he's got his own home gym. He does everything. Anthony does everything professional, even when he's riding at the top of his game.
I saw him over Christmas and New Year. He looks good.
He looks good. He looks fit. He's battled from being at the top of his game. Boom, one fall and left. I know what it's like. They forget about you. Everybody forgets about you.
They forget about you, Kev. You're right.
People didn't realise what injury he actually had until eventually they found out that he had hurt his spinal cord. So, so the good news is Anthony's going to be back at work. He'll be back at work riding I'm sure he won't be riding 200 horses in the morning. He'll go and ride his maybe 2 or 3 in the beginning just to feel. Just to get everything back in to see if the back is going to damage. But that is the good news. So with a bit of luck and all goes well, Anthony will be back and he will be riding, and he's sorely missed by the guys, because people ask me every race meeting, how's Anthony? When's he coming back?
That's why we need this feedback. I'd forgotten about the Fishers, Van Heuvel and whatever his name is.
I didn't even know half these guys were
these
injured.
These guys have put their lives on the line.
And you must remember MJ Bielefeld, he had a neck fusion, exactly the same as Anthony had.
Yes.
He's back and he had a winner the other day.
Yes,
I think he done his 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, he's a blow bull.
He's a blow bull, but he's back and he's riding and he's had a winner, so his confidence is back.
Coming in, there's word around, and maybe you can talk about it, that MJ Odendaal is thinking of training horses. Have you heard anything?
I haven't heard about it. I know he's training horses, but not race horses. He's training the rodeo horses.
Oh, is he now? He's got more pins and needles than him.
He's got more scars on him than Scarface.
Yeah, but it was the old saying, more marks than a German wallet.
Yeah, so he's training rodeo horses, and he's phoned me a couple of times.
You're a South African champion jockey, Kev.
100%. No, you're a great rider, and he picked up. He's had a lot of falls left.
You talk about him as a champion jockey. You talk about the likes of Anthony Delpesh, Huashong Mowing, Gunther Fish. These guys are top riders who've been sidelined.
This is what our game is missing at the moment. I'm not knocking the guys that are riding now.
Yes.
But we've lost Kira's Teeter to Hong Kong. We lost the cream. So all of a sudden now your top 10 have gone.
Yes.
And listen, it gives the other guys a chance.
Absolutely. So they can make a name for themselves.
You can see the Muzienis and these guys coming
Kumalo
up.
come through.
Kumalo.
There's obviously Lyle Hewitson. Some of these apprentices are doing well.
Well, they're out there, Tom. There's some top young. Luke Ferraris.
He looks very promising.
Very promising, right? He's got a great background behind him as well too. He's not going to go.
And I'm pleased to see my old mates Diego and Dennis Schwartz and them doing well up in Gauteng.
Diego, great rider.
Yeah, he got a hat trick the other day, and Dennis Schwartz forever
flying.
So it's good. The guys are getting, as you say, when the big ones move out, someone else comes through.
You've got to step in left. That's how lucky I was when the big guys all moved out. Huashong went to Hong Kong. This one, that, boom. All of a sudden, David Payne, well, before Huashong moved, David Payne didn't have a jockey. Felix went to Hong Kong. Dougie White went to Hong Kong. Everybody was gone, and David gave me the opportunity, and I grabbed it with 2 hands, and it turns your life around. And then David was immigrating, and Huashong went to Hong Kong. Boom! Next minute, the cock said to me, "Listen, there's an opportunity to go." And there's 17 years in my life. It just turned my whole life around.
Kev, it's great to get jockey information. A lot of people who are out there watching our show saying, "Oh, I didn't know that," including me. And whenever we get you on the show,
I would make updates all the time.
All the time. Give us
my
updates.
diary.
Kev, just before we finish this segment, because the main segment will be, of course, talking about the Mets and a few of the races in the day. This new segment we've started, Where Are They Now? And I'm getting Craig Benton sending me one. He's a starter in Hong Kong.
Doing very well.
You know, we need the jockeys that have gone to Australia. You know, you got the Frads, the what's
Schofield, Chippy Taylor, Christopher Taylor,
and it doesn't just have to be jockeys. It has to be people who have raced, who have been trainers. As we started off with a trainer jockey in Ron Phillips,
Dennis Smith.
Where are these people? We want to. So
we're going to try and find out where they are.
Try and find, and all we want from them is just someone take a little video of them and
send it on the phone today.
Just send it like a boom, like Ron Phillips. That was sent from Ireland.
Beautiful.
And then you're smiling, Kev. You've got it all in place. And,
yeah, we're going to get...
People like to know what's going on. I think Where Are They Now is going to be a very popular segment.
I'd like to see in 6 months' time you bring out all the names, where all the guys are, and you'll say, wow, I didn't even know that guys were still alive or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they disappear left
and as you say, you might have been an administrator, you might have been a starter.
Trevor Brown, look at Trevor Brown.
Yeah, that's another guy we
want.
Trevor Brown. Another
went
wonderful
from a work
man.
rider to his
wonderful
running
man, Zon Thompson. I'm just thinking, funny enough, we seem to know where the jockeys are, you know.
Yeah. But we get the assistants and starters and everybody. It'll be fantastic.
And
very good call.
They're trainers too. We've got to find out what they're doing now. Stevie Benton. I know Dick Goss. You know, I know what they're all up to. But Kev, I think it's going to be a very popular segment.
I think
anything
so
else in current affairs?
That's about all at the moment left. We're all looking forward to the big one this weekend. There's some good racing. We're going to talk about it now at the end of the show. Fantastic to see that eventually we've got our top horses, all of them, together, lining up.
Yeah.
And they've got the fillies lining up.
Yeah.
And they've got the up-and-coming horses all lining up. It's a big day, and it's something to really look forward to.
If you can get there, get down to the Sun Met. It'll be wonderful. But
if you can't, put your TV on.
We'll be back with your call.
Welcome to Winning Ways, the next segment, and nice to have Kevin Shea. Kev, we're going to discuss the Met Day.
Just let the public know that Lef was here. You filled in for Lef. He's off to Cape Town. He's got a flight to catch for the big CTS sales and the Met, and we're going to cover from race 4 up until the Met and a little discussion about last year's Met as well, and the weights and so forth and so on. So we're going to get onto it straight away. We're going to get onto the first of the feature races, which is a R5 million race. It is race 4, Warren, the CTS 1200, non-black type, but the money's there, the 5 bar.
Wonderful that they've put up this huge prize money, Kevin, and an exciting race for sure.
Yeah, exactly. We had a look at it. You know, you always look to see what the top jocks are riding, and Anton Marcus is riding Cirillo. And as you know, Cirillo won a very, very good race in Kenilworth, and last time in the Guineas, it wasn't disgraced. I thought there was always a big question mark about the 1600. Is it not a little bit too far or not? But it's going to be interesting to see. Drawn a little bit badly, but Cirillo got plenty of pace and gets a top rider.
Yeah, plenty of pace and gets a top rider, no doubt about that. Drawn 13 up the straight at Kenilworth. And I think this horse is cherry ripe for a massive run. Never won over the 1200, Kevin, which is a concern for me, but has placed over the 1200. But he's good, and I think he's going to be very hard to beat.
Yeah, listen, we're going to all wait to see on the day where they're racing, because, you know, in Cape Town, they either all favour the outside or all favour the inside. Let's just hope there's no bias in the race. But it is 1200, it is R5 million, and I think Sean Terry's in the position He's got to spread his horses. He's got to spread his wings. He's got horses that can run in both the 12, and you will talk about the next race, is a mile for the same prize money. And he's got to spread them out. You can't put all 4 or 5 in one race and let the other race run free. But looking at the field as well, there's some Joburg, number 2 Van Halen, Arabian Air, Joey Ramsden. He's looking ran not a great race last time, beyond One World. That was in the Concord Stakes. Paul Peters taking Palace Chapel down, won its last 2 in a row.
That's an interesting runner for me, Kev. I've watched his wins in Gauteng, and he looks more than above average.
He's a lovely, lovely animal, and Gavin Arena's 2 from 2 on him at the moment, and he was very impressive last time. Took him a little bit of time to get going, but he got going. But Greg Enyon as well, elusive trader, 7th Sea. Justin Snaith, he's got a very strong hand on the day. And you just look at all these horses, Dennis Dreyer, Master Gambit. Yeah, it's going to be a great race. You know, you're getting big fields like this, Warren, trifectas, quartets.
It's going to be huge, and there's going to be money
pools,
on the day.
Big pools. And the guys, this you can turn your life around if you get a nice result. You know, you don't have to just back the favourites or anything. You have a look at the colours. Some people like pink colours. Some people like grey horses. Some people like a lot of things. So it's going to be an interesting race. That is the race 4. Let's go on to race 5 now. This is the same stake over a mile now, Warren. This is interesting. You've got all these horses that virtually lined up in the guineas. They're going, and your good friend Duncan Howell's got Mr. Greenlight, a promising young horse from the Dave McLean yard, Dave McLean owned stable. I'm sure Dave will be down there to have a go at this.
Yes, Kevin. All the connections will be down in Cape Town, and you know, I listened to the Met panel discussion last night, and yes, it is a very, very tough race, and not one of the panelists touched on Mr. Greenlight, so you know, obviously just because they're looking at the form, and I understand that. But the feedback from Cape Town, from Duncan, is that this horse has travelled very well.
Very important.
And eating up, and he actually sent me some videos the other day of the horse working and at the yard. He looks in immaculate condition, and Duncan's under no. He understands that it's top horses. It's a hard race to win. He's by no means saying the horse is a good thing, but he's expecting this horse, Mr. Greenlight, to run very well.
I know the horse, and I think he's above average. In Durban, he's above average. And if all goes according to plan, you know, he hasn't got the best of draws. He's drawn the 13 out of the 13. But he's a kind of horse who likes to, well, he has raced from off them, and he has raced from handy as well. So he's a versatile horse. Comes out fast and comes out well and gets a good position. You never know. But it is a tough race. As you say, Vardy's there. Chimichurri run.
Kev, Vardy's an interesting horse for me because he could be a little underrated at the moment. We don't quite know how good he is. He's a beautiful son of Var, and I just think a horse for the future, Vardy. I don't know if he could really, if he won, I wouldn't be shocked, but I would be a little surprised. But I think he's a horse for the future. I think he's a very talented horse, Vardy. But horses like One World, Chimichurri Run, Twist of Fate, they've all got that proven
Provocateur came with a big reputation in Durban. Didn't really shine. He had a little bit of things go against him. But when you let's go back to Vardy, I think this is a very top horse, Warren. I think they're going to be shocked. I think this is a big horse.
Yeah, he's a lovely individual, and I think he's going to run an absolute cracker. Is Vardy from the Adam Marcus stable. This runs in the colours of Bernard Cantor, with Greg Blank, Jimmy Sarkis, and Daryl Utah as the partners. And positively drawn. It's going to be a humdinger, there's no doubt of that.
5 million rand at stake for race 4 and race 5. Let's move on now. We're going where the things really start happening. Now we go to the race where if you drop your binoculars and you pick them up, you might miss the race. This is 5 furlongs. It's a Group 1. It's the Betting World Cape Flying Championship. Warren, another race. I think every time they run these sprint races, I think if they run them 5 times, you get 5 different results.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Kevin. It's going to be competitive, there's no doubt. And as you say, don't blink because you'll miss it. The speed will be on. Interesting runner, Kevin, I want to ask you about, and it's by no means my first selection. It's just a horse that I'm going to include in most of my bets. The filly, Princess Rebel. She really put Nous Voilà to sleep last time. She won, beating them by 2 1/4 lengths. She's taking on the boys. It's going to be harder. Pierre Stradum, Yvette Bremner. Are you going to ignore this horse from your quartet?
I'd never ignore it. Warren, Yvette Bremner's, she's gone up to Gauteng and she's shown what she's got. Don't bluff yourself. These PE horses, They're good, and Princess Rebel's getting a bit of the sex allowance, so it gets the 2.5 kilos. You've got Pierce Stradamon. Just looking at now, when you know the 5 million in race, quite a few of the fancied horses are drawn, when I say wide, drawn closest to the stand,
right,
drawn on the outside. This horse is drawn 13. They're not going to be looking to track it all the way to the inside. I think these guys, there's 18 runners right across the field. They're going to stick. I can see them splitting up on Met Day.
Okay, interesting.
Hopefully, there's no bias. And then you'll see proper racing. But once they split up like that, it's a tactician race. As being a jockey myself, you've got to keep an eye on those inside horses. You can't let them get away from you. And on the other hand, too, you don't want to go too early, because those inside horses are keeping an eye on you as well. They can come sneer you at the death as well. But a lot of the horses, I think, with chances down these straights are drawn high numbers. And I think with the big fields, they're going to do the split.
Yeah, Pleased to Meet You is an interesting horse. Andre Nell's runner, number 16. He certainly looks talented, the son of Karari. But I don't think we've touched on the winner yet, Kev. I'm big on Brett Crawford. He's got a string in fine form, and I think he holds a very strong Pacific Trader. But slightly, I'm going to lean slightly towards Bold Respect, but they're both massive runners.
Yeah, Bold Respect is really. I mean, Brett's horses are looking magnificent. Yeah, it's got to be a huge runner. Another one, Warren, drawn high number.
Yeah, absolutely. One that's drawn a low number, Kev, is number 5, Casimir. And this is Justin Snaith's horse, and again, listening to the gentleman on the panel. They like it. So I think you're going to have to load up a bit here, Kev.
Is he going to come out and follow the big guns, or is he going to go in on his own? He's going to be interesting. He's going to be great racing. That's race 6, the betting world. It's 5 furlongs, and there's always a great race to win. Let's go into Cape 7. It's the G-Bets Cape Derby. Another Group 1 over 10 furlongs, which is 2,000 metres. The same distance as the Met, but this is for the 3-year-olds.
Yeah, it's again a humdinger of a contest. As Brett Crawford said last night, this race might have come a little, a bit early for them, because these horses are obviously all maturing at different stages. And but there it is. It's the G-Bets Cape Derby Group 1, as Kevin said, over 2,000 metres. And there's horses here that could pop up and improve and win, and ones to follow for the future. Just to report on Thanksgiving again, the KwaZulu-Natal Raider. He's a smashing son of Dynasty. He's the highest rated horse in this race, Kevin. He's rated 97. And again, he's travelled well. He's worked exceptionally well. And they're looking for a huge run. Hard to say he's a good thing. I mean, there's such great horses here. But if this horse had to run into the money, no one would be shocked.
Can I ask you a question? Has Duncan taken his horses to Kenilworth?
At this point, I think they're there today. Okay,
they have to go, because you must understand, in KwaZulu-Natal, we race clockwise, and in Cape Town is anti-clockwise, and that can throw a lot of horses off. First time they go around, the opposite way, Warren, they start leading on the wrong leg. Cape Town 2 draws are very important. Once you turn in just past the 1,400 metre mark, let's say 1,300 metre mark, start turning. It's a gradual turn all the time. You get caught 3 deep. I don't see too many horses win running 3 deep, and I know I've been drawn wide in Guineas and Mets before. You rather go back or you rather go forward, but don't stay out there 3 wide. Yeah. You won't finish your race off, because you've got a long straight to go down as well. And if there's a little bit of a southeaster, that can make a big difference as well. But I think Thanksgiving, if he runs his same race he ran last time, this is a huge runner, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye on this horse. If he doesn't come to the party on the day, we can always make excuses for him, but he'll be lining up for our big season, our KwaZulu-Natal season. This horse is a serious runner.
Kevin, the horse to beat, no doubt, in my opinion, and I don't know if you agree with me, is number 3, Bunker Hunt. Obviously, it dislodged the rider at the start, so you draw a line right through that form, that day. And I think he's progressive. He's beautifully bred. Is he the horse to beat, in your opinion?
He is. Yeah, I think he is the horse to beat. That was the Queen's Plate day.
Yes.
He fell off that race. Richard Free got up and he thought, what a mistake I've made, and he won the next 3 races, including in the Queen's Plate. So lucky he never got injured. But he is a serious horse. So that 98.98 lengths behind him, just put a line through that. They also had no jockey on. There should be it should be say distance. Or dislodged rider, which it stumbled badly and lost the jock. So just put a line through that. If you put a line through that, it's won his last three starts. Very impressive. Justin Snaith, we don't have to tell you about him on big days. He's coming with the big guns on the day. And this is a plan. These guys look back at Jono, Mr. Snaith and Justin. and the mom, the whole team, they go 6 months back and they plan for this day, where the horse is going to run, how they're going to get them. If it wins, will the rating go up? And this is a planned day for the Snake yard, or for all yards. But Justin's got a lot of horses, and he's got to find the right races for his horses.
Kevin, when we worked at Greyville a couple of meetings ago, Gareth Van Zyl came in, and you fancied this horse Ovation Award, and Gareth Van Zyl said that he needs to test this horse when he ran it in that Pinnacle. It absolutely doddled in beating Divine Odyssey, and nice to see him race this horse in Cape Town. What chance do you give Ovation Award?
Listen, you're going down. You're going to get a chance at a Group 1. You know, these 3-year-olds, you get one chance. If he's a miler, you got to go for the Guineas. If he's a stay, you got to go for the Derby. You only get one chance as a 3-year-old. Take your chance. He's only had 7 runs for 3 wins. He's done nothing wrong. He's won his last 2 starts. He gets Warren Kennedy. I mean, I saw Warren Kennedy ride a race yesterday on Mark de Kock's horse. Absolutely, not yesterday, on Saturday. Absolutely, he's riding at the top of his game. Top rider. And I really think that Ovation Award will definitely have a run.
Okay, but it's
a chance. I mean, not have a run.
It's a competitive race, no doubt. But let's move on swiftly, Kev.
Right, we're going to race 8 now. It's the Majorca Stakes, another Group 1. This is for the ladies now. The favourite, Lady in Black from the Dennis Dry Yard. Sean Veal is very, very bullish about this one. Drawn 1. Beats O Susanna, who runs in the Met, and ran second to O Susanna last time. Done nothing wrong. I'm sure Dennis Dry will have it spot on.
Yes, absolutely. Dennis will have this horse spot on. And listening to Justin State, he was very, very confident with Snowdance. He thinks the horse will win. He said whatever beats Snowdance will win.
1 drawn 1, 1 drawn 12.
Yeah, absolutely.
12 in Kenilworth 1600 is deadly. But Snowdance likes to race up handily. Richard Free riding at the top of his game. He's going to jump it out. He's going to try and get it over. But the boys aren't going to let Snowdance just fit into any position she wants to fit into. She's going to have it a little bit hard. And if she gets caught 3 wide, she's going to have to be very good to beat Lady in Black.
Okay, another horse that you can't leave out, front and centre. Unbeaten is front and centre.
I think an absolute machine as well.
She gets, she's nicely weighted. She gets, that 55 on her back.
Anton Marcus riding 55, you know how good you've got to be. Yeah. Drawn 4. This is the horse I think they've all got to beat. Never mind Lady in Black and Justin Snaith's Snowdance. Front and centre last time was super impressive. Unbeaten. Horses that go into races unbeaten, doesn't know how to get beat. Yeah. She wants to win.
She wants to win. Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin.
It's a confident boost of note.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would go slightly front and centre over Snowdance, but I'm going to take this exact box.
Clouds Unfold, no slouch at all. Let's get on to race 9.
This is the big one.
This is the big one now. Legal Eagle is top of the weights. Top of the weights, 60 kilos. Warren, just before we get on to this race, we're going to talk about last year's race. O Susanna won the race.
True.
As a 3-year-old filly, unbelievable. She had 51.5. She had a merit rating of 108. The second horse last winter is in Dubai. The third horse, Manaresco, is in Dubai. The fourth horse, Legal Eagle, lines up again, a true champion. The fifth horse, Captain America, retired. The sixth horse, African Night Sky, retired. And then you're going to down the page a little bit, Safe Harbour. I'm talking about the champions. Half of them have left the country and retired.
Champions.
She ran off a 108. She's now a 121. She hasn't got 51.5 back. There's a lot of talk about her. She's now got 57.5, is it? No, 57.
Yeah.
For me, I think she's got it all to do.
Yeah,
I know she's good.
Yeah, she's good, there's no doubt. I know that with discussion with you during the week, you think she's got it all to do, and that's fine. However, do you give her a place chance?
I give her, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to give her back end of the quartet play chance. I don't think she's going to have it easy. I think it's a tough task at the weights. I know her rating's gone up to a 121. She's 5.5 kilos. She should be 13. The merit rating says 13 pounds. It's only 5.5 kilos. So she's actually not badly in at the weights. She's a year older. But you're taking on up and coming head honcho.
Yeah.
I like this horse, Warren. I'm not big on him, but I think he's a big runner. I'm a Do It Again fan. I know his favourite. I said after his run when he when Legal won and he got beat head-head.
Yes.
I said he'll go on to win the Queen's Plate, which I was absolutely right, knowing that the mile was a bit short for him. Now he's running, this is his game. 10 furlongs, he's drawn 7. For me, the horse they all have to beat now, the talking horse, Rainbow Bridge.
Well, I was going to ask you that, although we're under a bit of time constraints, but just one horse, because the Met has been harped on, and which is the Sun Met. What are your selections? Because we're going to have to wrap.
I'm going to go Do It Again, Rainbow Bridge from Head Honcho. Those are my numbers to win my bottle of Mum from Michelle Wing. So if I win the bottle of Mum, I'm going to be drinking it all on my own.
Okay, well, there we go. I'm a big Do It Again fan. And I think he's I know he's a superstar. He's a super horse, and I'm going to be rowing in with Do It Again. It is the favourite, but be that as it may. Expecting a big run from Rainbow Bridge, and of course, Oh Susanna, Legal. It's going to be competitive.
Anton Marcus, he gets the ride. He knows how to win Group 1s. But I think we're just about out of time.
Yep.
That's it. Thanks very much, Warren, for filling in for Paul. I had to fill in for James. So a little bit of a split panel today, but that's it. We're looking forward to, there's no Durban racing this week. We race Friday night, and then we're all waiting for them on Saturday. A great day's racing. If you can get down to the CTS sales Wednesday, get down to them. Gravel racing if you're not going down to Cape Town, and then if you are in Cape Town, down to the Met. Saturday, it's a big day. They say the weather's going to be good, normally is this time of the year, and enjoy the rest of the day.